I'm gonna make this one purple, man. I'm gonna make this one purple, and might be the best question I've asked in a long time. We can if you want. I think guys are gonna struggle with women because women are unpredictable creatures, man. And that's why this video is even being made. I cut a hole in my hoodie. I'm gonna tell y'all now before y'all think that I'm, what's good, Emmy? How you feeling? I cut a hole in my hoodie. I'm letting y'all know now, so nobody don't be like, "Oh, you got a hole in this hoodie." It is what it is. The type of titles, because all right, so just so y'all know, I'm not lying, right? See that I cut it right here too. Where the scissors at? You see what I'm saying? So, funny enough, this hoodie was just like this, right? But my head couldn't really fit through the hole. What's good, P? How you feeling, bro? My head couldn't fit through the hole, so I couldn't really put the hoodie on without messing up my hat and all of that shit all the time. So I was like, you know what? Because I was about to cut the sleeve off. Because, it's summertime. I was about to cut the sleeves off. And I might still end up doing that eventually. But, like, sometimes, like, it's 4 o'clock, around, like, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. It get a little chilly. Like, not chilly, but it get, like, a breeze out there. And, like, I already cut enough of my hoodies fully to cut the sleeves off. So I'm like, you might as well just leave a couple of your hoodies alone. Because when we go back towards the fall and shit like that, I'm probably going to be, I got enough stuff, but it's just like, I try to make smart decisions every month, every week. I'm still waiting on that girl to respond. I have no idea what's going on. Well, Prince, listen, man. Y'all see the title of this video, and y'all see the poll right there. And I hope y'all don't think I'm just a fraud, like a fake dating coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all stop in here and y'all, like, I know some of y'all ask me for advice, and I be appreciating that shit. But that's why I made this video, and that's why I asked this question, bro. Because sometimes when you tell somebody something, their internal map of reality won't listen to what you say. And that's the biggest thing I want y'all to take away from this video. Like, nigga couldn't teach me game in one day. I can't teach a nigga how to play chess in one day. You understand what I'm saying? It's like reply to the damn message. Well, no, it's not like reply. See, and that's what I'm telling you. You can't teach a nigga ball in one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that term the new cats be saying, I know ball. You don't ball, gang. I'm not gonna lie. And You never see, and that's the thing. Like Steph Curry's still working on his jump shot right now. If Kobe was alive, he'd still be working on his jump shot right now. This is a common misconception that guys are gonna have. And I'm here to clean this shit up. Because guess what? Look at the title of the video, bro. Look at the title of the video. If that was me, I wouldn't waste my time on them. Now, women are funny because you can't predict women. You can't predict women. I think that's where guys are always going to fail. Because we're so logical that our brain is going to try to grasp on to some type of verifiable information. And that's how you get played. Because I don't care if it's my first day meeting you or it's we've been married for 12 years. I can't predict it, bitch. I can't. I can't. She got her own mind, her own bodily functions, and she's ruled by whatever planet. I can't predict. That's like playing cards, and we all playing cards. I don't know what you got in your hand. I don't know what you got in your hand. I don't know what they got in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Soon as you start trying to think you know something, it's like the universe. It's karma. It's like karma. You know what I'm saying? That's how I view it on a spiritual level. That's why, like, I view it on a spiritual level because the universe is wittier than us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm not trying to predict. Like, I swear to God, like, I swear to God on everything I love, I've never predicted a chick was about to text me back and then she texts me back when I'm not predicting she's gonna text me back. Like, it's not like, see, and that's what I'm saying. Well, Prince is trying to, he think he could actually time when somebody gonna get back to him. Like, and not only that, you can't even predict whether she gonna say yes or no, which is even more traumatic. So it's like, even if she texts you back, and I've been in your shoes before, that's why I'm talking like this. But even if she texts you back, you're gonna be even fucked off even worse if she don't say what you want her to say. So it's like, and I'll be fucked up now to this day. Cause I'm telling y'all the honest to God truth. I'm texting a chick right now and I'm trying to get her to pull up. And I swear to God, she just texted me and said, we could chill right now. Like, you know, she'll come through type shit. What's good, Zancy? How you doing? Pelosi. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is, like, I didn't think she was trying to chill. You see what I'm saying? So it worked both ways. You'll never predict when they're going to say yes, and you'll never predict when they're going to either not text you back at all or when they're going to say yeah. But most guys can't regulate themselves when things are uncertain, because we grew up in a society where we always got to know the weather before we walk out the house. We always got to know if school is canceled, pull up to the place. We always got to know this and know that. You know, we got to know what's going on in China and over here. So people are up here all the time when the game is played in real action. The game is action. The game is action. Because think about the question I'm asking y'all. Are you in control with women or trying to control women? The game is about who's trying to control who the most. See, it's reverse psychology to what looks like it's what it looked like it is. See, I'm a man, I'm logical, right? So growing up, when you see certain things like people going to jail, teachers and student dynamics, or police and criminal dynamics, or Judge Judy and person trying to not get sued for $100 dynamics, that makes your brain say, okay, the person who is in control is the person that has the most power, if that makes sense. Like, the jail guard is obviously more empowered than the prisoner, right? But that's a lie. Cause there's some niggas in the streets that could control certain police officers. Hold on, let me see. And people will say, how can that happen? How can certain police officers be controlled? Because they're controlled in the fucking first place. Any human being could be controlled, but guess what? Let me tell you something like this. Let me tell you something like this. You'll never have control if you're trying to control somebody. Because by trying to have control takes you out of control. Like you'll never see a tree trying to control anything because it's sturdy, it's solid. Right? So by trying to control is exposing how unsolid you are. And I'm not saying like just because you tried to control somebody at some point in your life that you're never going to be solid. I'm saying that that's not a solid way of playing the game at all. Like two things could be true at once. You could have made a mistake and realized that it was a mistake and then learned the game and then not made the mistake from that point forward, if that makes sense. So when I go to a Judge Judy type of place, what do they call that? Fucking, I forgot, court. I might have tried to kiss her ass because my childhood told me like, oh, kiss up to women with in this position, and then maybe you'll be not sued or something like that. And then she just treated you like another kiss ass. And then eventually you learn like, wait, hold on, like she's just a woman with a suit on. And maybe I should just be honest and take it or leave it mentality. And then in that situation, shit, you might get worse time. But it's just a principle of why are you chasing something that you can't win? If that's what I'm trying to say, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You'll never predict when someone's going to text you back. You know what I like to do these days? I like to go outside, approach women. Once they orient their focus on me, whether they're in my DM or in my phone, I just think about from the moment, like say I go out there at 2 p.m. Say I come back in the house at like 8 p.m. I'm not thinking about none of those for the rest of the night or that whole next day. I'm thinking about that whole next day, how to get back outside to how to do the same thing I just did yesterday so that I can have more options. Because the truth of the matter is, if they like you, it don't take no convincing. That's what niggas not trying to understand. I'm trying to tell you. It don't really take no convincing. And it's all about calibration. Like, people don't understand calibration. It's the same thing as a chess game, right? People are trying to checkmate niggas in 2 moves. No, that only happens to amateurs. You're only going to checkmate amateurs in 2 moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a chick that has any value, that respects herself, knows herself, whatever way you want to frame value, it's going to be more of a perceived challenge. It might not really be, again, if they like you, it's not going to be that much of a challenge. But what Prince is running into, my opinion, is he's think more of the woman than he should, right? Because you're not setting your board up correctly, right? You're not moving the pawns. Moving the pawns on the board is giving you more options. Like I said, I'm not thinking about no chick I approached yesterday. Yes, I approached chicks yesterday. I'm not, and I got numbers yesterday, Instagrams yesterday. I'm not even thinking about none of them right now. So, some of them text me back, some of them didn't. That's expected if you've been outside. Ooh-wee. Hey, shout out to you. I can't think of your name right now. I'm so sorry. I know your name. You know I know your name. But my brain is kind of just fucked right now. But shout out to Miss Hash Brown. Hash Brown with the 50 gifted is crazy. Who you feeling like, Miss Hash Brown? Miss Hash Brown with the 50 gifted. That's a big gift. You know, I don't get gifts like that these days. Shout out to Miss Hash Brown, man. I ain't gonna lie. 50 gifted is crazy. 50 gifted is crazy. You making me want to move to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, nah. See, and I couldn't predict that, chat. I couldn't predict that. Miss Hasbrown, I'm trying to tell guys right now how unpredictable women are. And that's not like saying like, oh, like you know, if it's your girlfriend, of course, you call her, she gonna pull up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if any of y'all had any girlfriends in y'all life or not, but that's gonna happen at that point. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the thing. He said she's just a clown. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. Shout out to Miss Hash Brown though. I appreciate that a lot. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I'm missing. I'm yapping. I'm missing a lot of stuff y'all saying. I ain't gonna lie. Make sure y'all all subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We need about 8 subscribers in this video. It's 11 of y'all in here. Y'all can make that happen right now if y'all wanted to. We got 19 people in here. All y'all hit that subscribe button right now. Lock in. You know what I'm saying? And comment a 1 in the chat once you subscribe. But yeah, we kicking some real game. We kicking some real game. I ain't gonna lie. Cause are you in control with women or are you trying to control women? That's a self-initiated question. Like you could tell me anything. You could tell the chat anything. But based upon your interactions with women for the last 7 days, because I created something called the 7-day theory. 7 plus 7 is 14. That's half of the month. 14 plus 14 is 30. Not really, but 30. It's like 28. And when you break it down like that, all you got to do is say Monday to Friday. How I've been behaving? What do my behaviors look like? What do my behavior? Your behaviors control the board. Women are not reacting to your looks, like, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, yeah, your looks is a piece of the pie, but it's actually your behaviors. You know, if you're handsome and you behave correctly, you're probably gonna fuck. But if you're average looking and you behave correctly, you're still probably gonna fuck. But people don't think like that. They think like it's about looks, and it's really not. But looks do matter. Hold on, let me see. And the reason why I say looks matter, because if you put this guy here and this guy here, well, not to every woman. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some women don't even like attractive guys, so I don't know. If that was me, I wouldn't waste my time on them. What you mean, Emmy? What you mean by that? If it takes her that long to reply to a message, then she's just rude. No, she's not. Listen, she's not rude. She's just not interested. You dig what I'm saying? And it's not even. It's not even. I'm not gonna say she rude, bro, because it's like if I don't respond to a female, that don't make me rude. It make her think I'm rude. But I know me. I know I'm not rude at all. But that don't mean I owe you a response. That don't mean I need to go on a date with you. You see what I'm saying? I don't owe you that. You see what I'm saying? Especially for a woman, because like I was just saying, they perceive attraction way differently than we do. And I want to delve into that real quick because I was talking to myself about that before I got on here. How crazy it is that people use their internal view of the world and they think everyone need to see the world their way. Like, and this ain't just women and men. Like, this ain't just relationship dynamics. This is women think we need to see the world the way they see the world as well. That's why if you go into a social circle and a woman is running the social circle, it's the same thing. She think that, hey, most guys should think like this, or most of everybody should think like this. You see what I'm saying? It go with that saying that the people who win the war makes the books, the history books. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they control the narrative, they control the story. Like, the people who, you feel me? So it's not even about right or wrong. That's why I'm saying if a woman don't choose you, you should say fuck her. Like, and it shouldn't be like offensive. Like, but it should be like, yo, I don't take it or leave it. Like, Take it or leave it mean it's genuinely take it or leave it. It don't mean I'm acting like it's take it or leave it. It mean is I'm standing on this ledge of where it's like I'm offering you something. If you don't want it, I'm gone. And and that's not a lie. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. I'm a girl myself, but when wait, hold on. I'm a girl myself, but when girls take forever to respond, that just means they don't want to talk or they busy. Yeah, and like I said, man, it's just it's not about girl or guy with this, I don't think. I think this is just value. Do they respect or do they value not only your time, right? But do they value the fact that do they value you? Like, because we think again, guys and women think different. So we think that let me tell people how guys think, right? We think that when we meet a girl, right, and she lives in our neighborhood, we're like, oh, that's very convenient. Like that's how like logical we are. Like it's a very logical and very plain type of way of thinking. Like, oh, she lives like right down the street from me. Like that mean we're already thinking about how we can chill with her all the time, fuck all the time, smash all the time, and cuddle, and then from there it can accumulate into more things. So men have a accumulative thought process. Women are I mean, we have a very accumulative, like calculated way of thinking. Women thought process is who is he? Um, well, this is my understanding of how y'all think. I could be wrong, but this is what I think that y'all feel like, especially if we approach y'all first. It's like, um, y'all are going energy based first. How do I feel around this guy? Um, really energy, really vibes, his tone of voice, his eye contact, maybe his confidence. Uh, I would even say his cohesion. Like, does he do everything in one move? Like, is he moving around while he's talking to me? Is he confident with his environment, or is he just making everything about me right now? Like, I think that's something that I pay attention to. Just all those little telltale signs of whether he's really an alpha male or he just acting like one. I think that's kind of like what shapes her. It shapes her willingness to follow his lead or not. Because that's really the only two options women got. Because they're gonna follow somebody's lead. Meaning, if you meet a chick at Dunkin' Donuts, she's already following the government's lead, so she's already doing something. In order for her to deviate away from flipping her burgers or whatever the fuck she doing. She's now like, okay, this guy has to be somewhat special in order for me to do that. Other than that, he's just going to fall into the sewage pipeline and be forgotten. Maybe not forever, but 80% of guys are going to be forgotten forever. So that's what I believe about the difference. Like men, we're way more thrifty with it. We're like, nah, I would never throw away a chick that lives right there. But women are way more like classy about it. Like, you know what? Even though he lives right there, I wonder if his breath smells like Cheez Its or some shit. Y'all are worried about all these little how does his Instagram look and this and that. If we approach you, we already know we trying to fuck. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Your Instagram could be a all black pictures. Your shit could be a black profile picture with a bunch of black squares throughout for the last 3 years. But based on what we seen when we seen you, we already know we will fuck you. And the way guys' brain think is okay, fuck first, and then everything else accumulate on top of that. And women, it's kind of like for you fellas out here, women think with both sides of their brain. I feel like they think it with both, like or like they're way more how can I explain it? Like they have more discrepancies, like more they're more likely to be find an issue, especially if you're approaching them. So it's just like This is why this video is so fire, and this is why I'm saying, are you in control with women, or are you trying to control women? Because chances are, if you're approaching and you're new to the game, you're trying to control something. Whether the timing that she pull up to your crib, whether it's the because I know for me, I'm gonna call it a controlling point. For me, I think every man has a point in the seven from when he first meet the woman. There's some point that's going to be a giveaway point where he gives away his power by trying to control. Um, let's say like trying to control something. I don't know what that something is, but at some point he's going to try to control something. And the moment he does that, it's kind of like I said, it's not even like it's like a universal karma type of thing because it's like something's going to happen where it's going to show you that the way you moving is not actually the right way to move, basically. So this is an internal thing because you can't control a lot of shit in life, but you damn sure not controlling another person like that. A person has to give or be down for or accept submission. You know what I'm saying? There's not I think we were raised in an era where guys got so comfortable having submission from women that they started expecting it, and once they started expecting it, exactly what I'm talking about started happening on a great scale because all you could do is put the quarter in the machine and then see if you win the prize. Like you can't really, women. Unfortunately, fellas, they're paying. Like I said, they're paying attention to every little detail to the point where as though they want to know that this guy is cool, calm, and collected, and he's not gonna follow my lead at any point in his life. Like never a day in his life. Like not once. Like not one time is it that's really what they're investing in. Like um because once you follow their lead at some point, you broke your code of honor as a man. Like whenever you do something like, oh, like, well, she's telling us let's go to Burger King today or something like that. And this isn't just amongst women, this is amongst anybody who may look up to you in your tribe, in your city, in your area. This could be your little cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hang with people younger than you in your family and you do something that goes against who you are when you're not around them, like say like for me, like I don't did this before. Like I swear to God, like I tell you I'm a vegan, right? So like I don't lived with one of my cousins and he used to always challenge, like, yo, bro, you ain't really no vegan, da 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 da. And y'all know how often I talk about it, but it's a difference between talking it and walking it. That shit not easy. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of them things, and sometimes women are even challenge that because this is the most challengeable thing. That it's easy to it's like one of those things that's like it's not really it says something about your character, but it's very like uh it feels minute. Like it don't feel that serious. Like you feel like, well, I'm a grown man, I could do whatever I want to do anyway. But really, it's really connected to because it's not what you do when people looking, it's what you do when they not looking. So it seems like it's something you get away with. Like, yeah, I could just eat a burger. Like, that ain't gonna change the course of my life, but it really does. A and B, it's like I said, it just seemed minute. Like food seems like small, like it's not really that big of a deal, but it's really, really, really like. And I'm skinny, so people would assume like, yo, you could get away with eating whatever you want. And I fell for that when I was younger. Like, yeah, I'm skinny. I got a fast metabolism. No, it's bigger than the food. It's who you are. You know what I'm saying? And you can change your life vegan and eating this way and staying consistent and staying on your path. And this is prioritized over getting women. A lot of things are. That's what people don't understand. Who are you when nobody's looking? And do you even try to fight things that like do you even try to fight things that are like discrepancies in your reality? Like, do you have any fight within you? Is what I'm trying to say. Because we all know humans are not fucking robots and perfect, but like, you at least gotta have some grit. And I think women are sensitive to that. They could feel whether a man has grit or he just gives himself away. And so, like I said, it could even be your little cousins or little bro or somebody that could challenge you on something that seems small. And that's going to show them a bat sign above you, both of you, that says bitch or man. That's what it's going to do. It's going to be a bat sign. Like, okay. And it's because like a lot of guys don't are not used to being seen as a Superman or alpha male or like they're not used to like being who they say they are, if that makes sense. So that's why a game is so thorough because it really trains you to be 100. Like that's what it really does if you really pay attention to it. So you could have started off learning game and you could have been like some nigga that just trying to get pussy or whatever. But it's like this is an internal discipline type of thing. So that's how I feel about it. And that's why it's like if something don't happen, like you're not gonna, the end of the world is not gonna come because you don't get some pussy. But I know it feels like it a lot. Like it feels like it for sure, and like money too, like money, pussy, fame, like it feel like you're not gonna live on if you don't get those things. Like it feel like, damn, I really need this, or because when I was younger, bro, I used to struggle just to get like a beef patty from the store and shit like that. Like me and my friends, like we used to like, bro. I know if y'all black, bro, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Like Krausers, go to Krausers. Like, bro, you'll be. It used to be hard to get a beef patty and some like Arizona or some shit. Like, so when you grow up like that, it's you're gonna grow up and you're gonna have a want for money, like unconsciously. And same thing with pussy. Like, niggas struggle growing up because it's like you ain't got no game. You know what I'm saying? Until you hit like high school, I lost my virginity freshman year or sophomore, I think sophomore year, for real, for real. So like, so like, you gonna struggle, like, you know what I'm saying? And your game gotta be get better because you gonna have chicks that aren't the chicks you would rather smash, if that's the case, what I'm trying to say. So you're not gonna have the ones you really want. And you like I had chicks that was fine, but I wasn't fucking them. So did I really have them? You know what I'm saying? To the outside, it was like, oh, he walking with her, he holding her hand or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? It take game. It take game because it take a level of comfort for a woman to she could think you're cute or you're attractive. And she could even be trying to make you her boyfriend, whatever. But you gotta have conversation and that conversation gotta be often and frequent. And it gotta build. You gotta know how to tease. And that's another thing I want to point out real quick. Guys don't realize that when they're talking to women, they're talking like a man, which is the problem. That's the problem, bro. Because we talk in a very linear way. We talk like we're reading directions or instructions at a job. Grab the hammer, go inside this drawer to the right of you, and wash the dishes after you get we talk like this, and this is our default verbal mode or whatever the case may be. But when you talk to women, it's more of a what they call that shit. I want to say like a clown at a circus, but like a play. It's more of a play. It's more of a play or more of like a theatrical or like a movie. So it's more like acting. It's acting. It's literally acting. But people are gonna have a phobia when they hear the word acting because they're gonna be like, well, that means you're being fake. It doesn't mean you're being fake. It means you're a guy. And in order to talk to women, you have to actually be able to connect and relate to how their emotions. You see what I'm saying? It's just being what they call that. I forgot what the word is, but it's just knowing how to communicate. So that's what it is, man. Guys are overly logical, overly analytical, and then my boy Prince, he gonna message the chick, try to do what is called logistics. I do it too. I get caught up. Oh damn, shorty, you want to chill today or da 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 da? And I'm being logistic. Where you at? Are you here? Da, da, and so I catch myself often 5 messages in, all logistics, no teasing, no joking, no deviation, no deviation from logistics is bad game. You see what I'm saying? But you got to do it without being coming off as too fucking jolly. So it's kind of like that's why you got to practice it, because if you're too happy, then she's like, is this nigga, you know, soft? Like, you feel me? Like, or am I making him that happy? Like, just because I'm talking to him? So you got to do it from a grounded position. So you got to be grounded. And that's what is this is what people usually call swag. I don't know what it is. He just got swag. It's because he has a personality without losing his gender. Like he's still a man, but he has personality. His swag, so it comes across as swag. It's not like he's being too jolly and everything's happy and even though women like that too. Like if you're super happy all the time, women will go for that. But like I said, if that's not how you move on a 7 days out the week, then you got to find your sweet spot with it. You know, for me, I like to be grounded more than anything, with a little touch, a little flavor of like witticism, a little bit of smart aleck, a little bit of back talk, a little bit of push pull, maybe a little bit of cocky funny, a little bit of um I wouldn't say neg. I know when to be serious as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like when a woman is acting indecisive about whether she want to chill with you or not, uh like I feel like a guy should lead with um like you should start off with a little bit of logistics, then you should go into like more like flirting and shit like that, buttering her up. And then when it's time to chill, you might slide back towards logistics before y'all chill. And then if she say anything outside of yes, I want to chill, or like if she don't give you direct, like because a lot of women are, they're indirect. Um, you could go into a little bit of seriousness, like, damn, okay, you don't want to chill today. Like it's just a matter of conversating. Like I don't. It's like asking a nigga how to paint a picture. Like you gotta actually just paint the picture, bro. Like because whether I'm painting a picture, whether I'm playing chess, or whether I'm talking to a woman, I'm always just making these strokes on the board, or making these strokes on the canvas that go towards fucking. So it don't even matter where we're at or what we're doing. I'm making them strokes on the board and I'm painting it the way I see where she's gonna be horny. So I can't explain that all the time, because like I just said a lot of stuff that tried to explain it and it wouldn't really make sense. And the reason why it don't make sense is because everybody sees the world through their own lens. And that's the problem. This is why we need to do more one-on-one coaching, GL dub coaching sessions for you guys that got my Instagram, because within about a week tops, you could learn a lot, opposed to trying to just ask a random question on YouTube. It's not going to really download into your system the right way. I agree, Prince. She should have responded. Busy. It ain't about people not being that busy. It's not about people not being busy, because See, that's a common thing people like to say, and it's true. They're not that busy. That's true, but it's still bad. It's still a bad it's still bad for you to assume that somebody's not that busy because it puts you in a weak position because you're trying to predict, and this goes back to what I'm asking y'all: are you in control with women, or are you trying to control? Two things could be true at the same time. People aren't generally that busy, it's true, but what are you saying to her that game that is making her want to? Because you got to realize women are not men. Men will respond, right? We'll respond if we're not that busy. Women won't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It don't matter if she's not busy because she's a woman and they playing in a different arena. That means that it's not a matter of am I busy or not. That it don't got nothing to do with anything. You see what I'm saying? It's not about am I busy or not. If you make it about if I'm busy or not, you already lost. Cause you playing against a ghost and you assuming and I got you assuming shit. Which means I'm up here in your mind. And you just met me like what? Last week. You just met me last week and you telling me that I'm not that busy, you still gonna walk away feeling defeated from that interaction. That might be true. She's not busy. But why is she ignoring you? It's gonna fuck with your spirit either way if you walk away. See, the game is spiritual because it's about walking away from things feeling like you still on top. If you could walk away from every interaction for the 365 days of this year without feeling defeated, that's some game. That's game. If you walk away from even one chess game feeling defeated, use a bitch. And you're gonna know it because your unconscious beliefs is gonna take over. See what I'm saying? Every time I lose a game, I think to myself, what could I have done better? Every time I don't get a chick, what did I do wrong? And there's always something. And I'm not measuring it up against some fake shit. I'm measuring up against what another nigga might have did that got some game. So I got a clean perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause usually you know you did something wrong, like you moving wrong, you said something too fast, or you like I said, bro, you putting too much pressure on her to come see you. Women already know if you got other bitches or not. I can't tell as a man if another guy got bitches. I can't tell until he exposed it. But like women, I feel like they could tell. I feel like they could tell. You never fully know, right? Like you might think a girl in your class named Sally don't got no niggas. Every girl got somebody who would hit them cheeks. So as men, we learn early that man, even the most, you know, you know, unattractive women, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's trying to kill them cheeks. You know what I'm saying? So we as men, we gotta be humble, you know what I'm saying? In that situation. Because I might not be attracted to her, but my homie might will fuck her. You know what I'm saying? And stop wasting your time. You don't need mystery. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Everyone is on their phone at least twice a day. If they don't respond, they ain't trying to talk. So don't waste your time. Twice a day? I'm on my phone all day. So I know motherfuckers is ignoring me if they doing that. I just don't care, bro. Like that's the crazy part. Like I just don't give a damn. And only that when you talking to me, you talking to somebody that always had bitches and always gonna have bitches to one degree or another. Like I'm never gonna go too long without getting some ass. So it's like when you add that into the situation, you just don't give a fuck. You just I don't. Like I don't approach so many chicks last year, bro. Like even this year, like the chicks I approached yesterday, like I think they're all attractive. And like the first one I approached, it was at Burger King. And she to me, she was like I would say a 7.6, headed towards an 8. Like she was cute, like Spanish, you know what I'm saying? I think she said she was 26. I approached a Dominican chick at the beach. Like I think she was like 36 or some shit. Black girl on the beach. You know, she was a rapper slash whatever, pretty. You know what I'm saying? She was a little drunk. She was showing me her, her rap video or whatever. She was just outgoing. Every day it's a different mixture of women. So how the fuck can I relate to somebody like Prince? I fuck with you, bro. But I'm saying, how can I relate to somebody who's putting all this attention on one girl? It's hard to even connect to the thought process because I just don't give a damn. I don't think like I don't think like this girl is special. Now if I'm hitting it, that's when I start to accumulate those type of thoughts. Like once we smash, it can't just be once either. Like it can't be smashed once. So yeah, I don't think that way, bro. We got to be at least like smash a couple times, and even then, it's like I don't know, man. Like take your feelings out the game. You know what I'm saying? Take your feelings out the game. That's what it is. It's hard not to feel though when you just put all your attention on one person like that. But I don't feel anything. You know what? I feel money. I feel money. That's what I'm trying to feel. Money and self love. That's it. And I love myself more than money. I love myself. I love myself a lot. And so women can't even really step in that arena and love me the same way. It's not gonna happen. I done been in my body for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of history in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch some wrestling in my childhood and go back into my thoughts of that type of shit. Women come and go, bro. Like people come and go, like leaves of a tree. You know what I'm saying? How can you make somebody something that they're not even, like you gotta approach a lot of women so you can desensitize yourself to the makeup that society put on our brain. They taught us to think that women are special. Like um fucking the Family Matters nigga, that guy, or any of this Disney Channel shit. Like you just think she's something she not, bro. It's just like, chick got the gut butt and all type of shit. And you just like I seen a chick yesterday I tried to approach. She was going into a bar. She had a fat ass. And she wasn't really giving me the time of the day. She kind of kept her feet moving towards the door. And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get your gram real quick. She like, oh, I don't got Instagram. Like I got TikTok. And you know they try to do that type of shit. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get your TikTok. Like I'm still pushing up. But it was written all over her energy, her vibe. She trying to get off, she trying to get away and get into the party. Cause a chick that like you or that think you're attractive, she gonna kind of meet you halfway. She gonna walk closer. She gonna take your phone. She gonna, and even then, she could be full of shit, bro. It's not really a clear indication, and that's what I'm trying to tell guys about trying to control women is that you're never gonna do it unless they give you control. And the only way they're gonna give you control is if they feel like you don't give a fuck. And you, it's pretty hard to fake not giving a fuck. I don't think guys realize that. It's nearly impossible at times to fake that you don't give a fuck. Only thing that make you not give a fuck is leverage. When you have leverage in a situation, you can't give a fuck. Because you're on a higher dimension. You're outclassing the woman. When you're outclassing somebody, you really can't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about money, class. I'm just talking about in any way. Anytime you feel like, okay, like say for instance, outclassing somebody would just be, I honestly feel like I'm a better person than this person. Or discipline. Let's just go with the simple thing, discipline. That's something men should be trying to be better at all the time. But a lot of guys are not trying to be better at it. Once you start letting women beat you at being a man, then you're cooked. That's what it really is. You know? Because even me making these videos every day, that's a form of discipline. At the end of the day, take it or leave it. You can like it, I love it, I hate it. But the way my the way I download this shit in my reality is no, you doing what men do. You could have chose any other lane in life, but here you are. And you doing what you want to do. I could be sitting around my hands like this, sleeping, waiting for a chick to text me back. I'm not waiting on no bitch to text me back. Gang? Hell nah. The fuck? For what? For what? For what? For what? Halt. Who goes there? Who is so special that I have to sit around and be feminine and be reactive instead of active? That's where guys are going wrong. Uh, Everyone is on their phone. They don't respond. They ain't trying to talk. Like I said, like ask yourself, Prince, what did I say to her that was so gamed up that she should be responding? Don't ask yourself people on their phone all day. Cause if you look at it like that, then you're gonna get mad. Or you're gonna feel like, the subject of a situation. Like you're gonna feel like the effect that she caused, she's the cause and you're the effect. Like this game ain't about figuring out that people on their phone all day. Game is about saying some shit that she gotta respond to. I'm offended, but not that much. Nobody trying to really talk to her. Oh, okay. You say so, bro. I don't believe you, but you say so. Because every time we get on here, you mention the same woman every time. And I told you to approach 15 women a day. You said that's too many women. So what does that do? That leaves you in a catch 22. Let me see. That doesn't matter. Take the time to show some respect. She don't have to show respect because that's not, the streets don't owe nobody respect. It's either they respect you or they don't. It's not like you can't like assume that woman just because she's pretty or because you want to fuck her. In fact, that's disrespectful for you to assume that people owe you respect. People die about respect. people fight and kill over and to get respect. So what make you think that just because you like her, that she should text you back? The only way you're gonna get respect is if you saying something that's so gamed up that she has to respect it. That's how you build respect. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If I'm texting you and I'm saying some shit, first thing a woman gonna do is read the message. It don't matter who you are, she's gonna read the message. When she read the message, she gonna say, "How does this shit make me feel?" Or better yet, what is he saying? There's always that little lean in moment where you gotta lean in. And then when it really register what you said, it's either gonna be some game or it's gonna be some flat, plain, dry, logistical shit. Like, okay, well, are we gonna get together on Wednesday or are we gonna get together on Friday? And that's not um some game. That's just a guy that's trying to get a woman in his proximity so that he could keep talking that same way. That's how she see it. Like, okay, I'm already dry. I haven't been wet since we started talking. You trying to get me around you so it could be worse. What I'm trying to say is there's no motivation to go link up. There's no incentive. There's no she don't feel like the bang is gonna be worth the buck. It doesn't have nothing to do with disrespect. It's just a person, just like we could go back to the analogy of the clown at the circus. He's there to amuse the kids. That's his job. Women are like kids. You're like the clown. You have to juggle. You have to do something that hits her nervous system that makes her say, okay, this guy is more than just a pretty face. You know what I'm saying? The same thing they got to show us. Respect go both ways. Because if I don't respect a bitch, I'm not texting her back. I ain't going to lie. So it's fear. Fear is fear. Fear is fear. You know what I'm saying? And then when you start looking at it more better, more logically, you start to admit and realize that, you know what? I got no game. Like, the more you realize you don't got no game, the more you're going to open up a portal to the game. The more you think that you blame women, you say she's just a clown and women are this or women are that, like they some big bad wolf or some shit, some monster. That make you worse than a woman. You know what I'm saying? It does. Because we already know real men ain't doing that. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it's best that y'all stop that. Hold on, let me see. When did relationships become this complicated? They always been the same way. It's just like cars. You know, if you want to build cars, when have cars been complicated to build? Just because you see people doing it don't mean it's not a skill that's involved with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how old you are according to John, but what you're asking me has a lot to do with your age, probably. Either you're some older person who thinks they know everything, or you're some young person who's just asking a stupid question. But either way, it's a stupid question. Relationships are not complicated. Respect is complicated because just like fighting, when has fighting been complicated? Fighting is complicated to people who can't fight. Fucking women is complicated to people who can't fuck. Conversation skill is difficult to people who don't know how to talk. It's not that the thing itself is difficult, it's that people are difficult. Like I was telling you earlier, everybody lives in their own internal view of the world. They have their own view of the world and how it should be. That's why it's hard. You don't go to church and be like, this shit should be this way and that should be that way. You just sit your ass down and accept what it is. That's how you got to do it game. That's what you do when you play chess. You don't say, oh, the queen should be able to move around in the 20 circles and then land on the other side of the board. You like, nah, these are how the queen, this how the queen move. That's why it's complicated, because niggas don't understand women. Niggas don't understand the queen. The queen don't gotta text you back. The queen could fuck 30 niggas and tell you she a virgin. The queen could do anything she wanna do. And if you're trying to control the queen, she gonna show you she is the queen. And I could do anything. So you gotta be the king. You gotta be solid. How you talk to women. Who you are. What do you do when nobody's looking? Do you jerk off and then go you release all your energy, then go talk to her and you empty? Because you don't got discipline. So now you need to, that's the part of the game you got to work on. Your voice sounds very weak when you talk to women. You got to project it higher when you get in front of a bitch. You scared to touch. You got to learn how to touch in a subtle way without being too heavy with a stranger. Just touch her on her shoulder while you're talking. Like, you crazy. Da, 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 da. Or it could even be things deeper than that. It could be your family tree could fuck up your game. Like, you spend too much time around your mom and your mom is always saying things to you you don't like hearing, and therefore you're not even talking to women. You over here talking to your mom all day. Or you going after women that got the gut butt that eat hot wings all day and they talk to their mother all day. It's levels to social dynamics. Because it's not just the person that's talking, it's the receiver. You could be a good guy and talk to a bunch of people with the gut butt, and then you just out of touch because you talking to the wrong people. But you could go in a different environment where people eat healthy, open up 10 conversations, about 2 of them go very solid. Every environment bring a different vibration, and every environment bring a different level of character and expectations. Also, studying indirect versus direct, very important. Knowing how to calibrate, or knowing how to go between there's a time to be direct and a time to be indirect. Like when a woman, like I was telling Prince earlier, I don't know if he's being direct or indirect. That's the problem. There's no clarity in what he's doing, and that's why the woman is not responding. You got to know when to be direct and when to be indirect. When you first meet a stranger, you could do either one. I prefer to be, when you first meet somebody, I'm pretty much direct at first, but then I know how to leave room and space for people to come to their own realization about, like, is this person the type of guy that I would be around or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's me. I believe in space. Give people space. When you give people space, and that's how you build true rapport, like true comfort and true rapport. Because if you think about like your family members and shit like that, your mom wasn't hounding you when you was a kid with information. She was just letting you run around, play with blocks. And then when you wanted to talk to her, you went and talked to her. So it's that back and forth. It's not like, like I said, it's not forcing or putting a woman on a ball and chain in your living room and like, okay, I got a girlfriend now, like Michael Myers would do or some shit. Nah, it's like, let them roam and then let them come home. You know what I'm saying? And I think women scan guys for that in the first 10 minutes of meeting you. Like, by the way, are you facing them like this, or are you facing them like this? When you over here talking, you see her, you're like, oh, what's your name? You know what I'm saying? And it's the way you play with that shade, that the colors, the contrast. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way you play with that contrast is what's going to make it last. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Shout out to Hash Brown though with the 50 gifted. I can't stop thinking about that. She said, "Hey boo, how you been?" Hold on, let me see. You got some numbers yesterday. I got, yeah, man, Instagrams, numbers. You know what I'm saying? This is every day. It's every day, Prince. You know what I'm saying? If you're a part of the GL Dub Club, I've been telling you I approached 15 women since last year. You know what I'm saying? I got an electric scooter, so when I go out there, bro, it's not nothing for me to see a chick walking on the sidewalk. It's not nothing for me to. The main places y'all gonna see women are on the sidewalk, at every plaza, every store of every plaza, uh, and the beach or like a dollar store or some shit. Like, it's common places where you automatically see a woman and she's likely at least a six, and that's an approachable woman. So if you don't approach and you don't say nothing, it's because you're not calibrated. You haven't been doing it enough. If you've been doing it, if you do it a lot, you're not going to be having to think about what to say. You're going to be like, okay, I trust what I got to say because I say it all the time. It's like any other skill. Cleaning cars. If you clean cars enough, you don't no longer ask, where do I start? You can start anywhere, and at the end of the day, the car is getting cleaned because you know the skill inside and out. I can start with, excuse me. I can start with, you look like my type of girl. I can start with, uh, um, you look like you need my Instagram in your phone. Like, I be telling some chicks that, like, or I tell a chick like this. I got a couple numbers like, or Instagrams like this. I'll be like, I've been using this a lot lately. I'll be like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I had to stop you because I think you need wait, hold on. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, you look like you need my number in your phone. I'm like I'll be like, it's an emergency, or I'll say something like that, like it's an emergency. I forgot how I'll be saying it. I was doing it yesterday, but it's just on the spot. Like it's not really like I like to, be a fool with it. Say something foolish, but still something that's getting your point across. Like, hold on, I had to stop you. It's an emergency. You need my number in your phone. It's an emergency. Yeah, it's an emergency. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just about just stopping her in her tracks and saying something foolish enough to where she can't do nothing about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? She can't do nothing about that shit. I don't think that's been rejected yet. I don't think that's actually been rejected yet. Cause I'm hitting her on two different levels. I'm making her feel like special because I'm telling her it's an emergency to get her number. And you gotta master the art of being able to call her beautiful without calling her beautiful, or you gotta realize you competing with a bunch of other niggas. Like, so as long as what you say is a little different, you already won in most cases. That's really what it really is. It's just gotta be a little creative, and you gotta be able to deliver it without fear. And it gotta come across as natural. So um yeah, I don't like a part of the game. A lot of pickup artists say telling stories is a part of the game. I don't really use stories. I do have a story gambit in my pocket. Um, and it's about fruit because I notice like a lot of times when I talk to a woman and it's a little comfortable, we start like I usually got oranges in my like on my scooter, on my bag, on my scooter, or some type of fruit. And just with women in general, I meet women in like grocery stores and stuff. So food is always kind of like an easy, like the conversation usually gets around food at some point. And when I tell them I'm a fruitarian or I eat a lot of fruit, they're likely to say why or how did that happen or why are you don't eat any meat or some stupid shit like that. And that's when I could use my story. I got a gambit about that. And it has to do with my family and going to my grandfather's house. My mom used to drop me off at my grandfather's house when I was a kid. And he would always have melons and stuff like that around. And uh, that's how I got introduced, and I lost my fruit virginity. Nah, But like, yeah, you could. I got some stories. I just don't tell them. You know what I'm saying? And that at any moment you got to be able to have stories and be able to do that because that's building comfort. That's building comfort with the chick. Cause I'm always willing and always down to tell a chick like, listen, we could eat some oranges. We go to on a little picnic real quick. Or do you like oranges? Like there was this chick I met the other day. We didn't end up. Nothing happened. Like we literally like we didn't end up becoming anything. But when I first met her, I told her like, yeah, I got some oranges in my bag, whatever. And she was like, you got oranges right now? And I was like, yeah, I got oranges right now, whatever. And she literally took the orange and went on her way with that orange. I think she was going to work. She took the orange. A lot of stuff you think makes you look like a square don't. Like I mean, it might, but it might not. Depending on like that's why I say like everything around you is really you could talk about anything and make it sound sexy or make it there's a story around everything if you say it the right way. Oh, why do you got a tattoo on your arm? Or oh, when did you get that? Like women are asked, which is basically them moving their pawn up a chess piece. Any little information a woman give you is a chess move. Like guys don't see it like that though. She could be asking the most dumbest thing, like the most, oh, you live out here? Oh, like just anything. Okay, she giving me information right there. What do I want to say back to that? And do I even feel like responding to that? This is a bigger question. Because you got to think about frame control as well. Because that's to me, I believe game is highly about frame. Because frame is how she perceiving you, and sometimes women will ask you a question that don't deserve a response, just to see if your character, and because a lot of guys act dominant and are really submissive, and a woman that will do things like lead the conversation or sometimes not respond like princess and like that. Sometimes like either way, you gotta know what's your best chess move because that's the difficult part about game is that you're dealing with a moving target. I believe like you're not dealing with a robot. You can't just press some buttons and make them do what you want them to do. You gotta actually have conversation. I've been blessed, so I'm blessing everyone. Shout out to Miss Brown. That's such a sweet, you know, that's sweet. That's sweet. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important too. Like a lot of women are just, I mean, a lot of women are good people, but a lot of guys just don't understand. I'm not trying to get with it right now, but like a woman's worth for real, for real. They just don't. Like, and I'll be honest, I have it in my early 20s and shit like that. Like, I always knew the femininity and the comfort aspect that a woman could give you a feeling of comfort, like almost like a mothering type of vibe, like soft ass, like just a soft, like, I don't know, cuddling with y'all is just overly crazy. But like, just sometimes us as men, like I said, we're so logical. We're so logical that we just miss a lot of shit. Let me see. Women are cray cray. Why you say that? Prince said I never have, and I'm pissed off at this girl. Yeah, bro, you tripping? Hold on, let me see. I got a question. If I'm actively texting a guy and we plan on meeting up, him being consistent means he's feeling me. I might be overthinking. Uh Him being consistent means he's feeling you. I would say yeah. I think like for the most part, yeah. I wouldn't say it means he don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's pretty much even for both sides with that. If people are being consistent with you, like what's good, Joanne? How you feeling? I see you in the chat. I do believe consistency is important. Like first thing first for me as a man, when I see a woman constantly texting me back, that's a green flag. Like Like, cause we don't have to go on a date or smash in a matter of, the first 7 days. Um, but like I said earlier, women are different than men, so I don't know if that means he's feeling you like 100%, but I don't know. Like, I would like to see it in a positive way for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, my question would be, why would you see it any other way? Like, why would you see it as he's texting me, he's being consistent, but I like, what is it about him that make you even question it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would probably say. Because if I'm questioning it with a woman, I'm thinking, okay, she's responding, but it's one word answers, or she's responding, but I mean, as the man, I don't mind trying. Like, if I want you to come over, I'll try. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll try. Like, meaning when I say try, I'm not double, triple texting you all the time, but what I'm saying is a little bit of effort do go a long way. But she still has to see you as the type of guy she would sleep with in the first place. So I'll go back to the saying, two things could be true at once. So guy A could do what guy B is doing and it's not working. And that's really the catch 22 in dating, I think, because when a dating coach get up here and say all women respond to this or all guys act like that, it's gonna fuck a lot of people up, because when the person you talking to don't act like that, then it's gonna feel crazy. And that's what I think. That's why I try to make my content be as realistic and relatable as possible, because I don't follow the other dating coaches, and only thing I realize at the end of the day is that I'm not them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the stuff they saying does help, but it gotta be with a grain of salt, and you gotta see the world still the way you see the world. It's just like if you throw a hat on, it's like you're the same nigga, but you got a hat on. You might get more bitches with the hat on, but that doesn't change the whole sit who you are. Like, but like game is the same way. It's like, you know, um, somebody could give you advice and you could put that on, but that's not your character. So your character has to be developed over time. Whereas though a YouTube video is just something you take right now, like a piece of gum, you just but like with real game, it's like you have to have a mind of your own, which is the hard part, because now, well, that's the easy part. It's like easy and hard because it depends on you. So I'm saying it's like people want to not work a 9 to 5 because they want to go into work when they want. But going into work when you want mean that if you have consecutive lazy days in a row, which does happen, you're not making no money. And if those consecutive days turn into more consecutive days, you're not making even more money. So at the end of the day, you still have to be disciplined, which is what we was talking about earlier. So you got to know when to text women back, when to double text if you're going to double text. The risk that you take is the consequence or the reward tomorrow. Either way it go, if that makes sense. So it's a lot like playing that game Frogger. Like, you got to cross the street, you got to make your own. You got to no coach is holding your hand when you doing all that shit. You jumping over the logs, and you jumping over this and in front of that car and that. It's that's when you could say the game is genuinely happening. And when the game is genuinely happening, that has a lot to do with who you are as a person. And this is why I try to speak to men, because at the end of the day, we could all relate in terms of like women could be very accountable creatures too, depending on the woman. But men can't escape being accountable. So it's kind of like I try to relate to men as much as possible, because I know that inside of us, we're all related. based on the gender we are. Like, we're all related. If you're a man and you want to be a man, then you're gonna connect to men who want to be a man, opposed to connecting to anything else. Women could connect to women. Sometimes women give women bad game. Sometimes guys give guys bad game, and that's what I'm saying. Is like bad game is still good, depending on um. I would say like how I say it, like bad game is anything that doesn't get you where you're trying to go, even though it could still be good for somebody else. So, like, if I tell you some good game, but it gets you hit by a car, it was some good game, but it got you hit by a car. So I didn't really do nothing wrong because I'm being myself. I'm giving you the playbook and what usually works. See what I'm saying? But if you don't take it with a grain of salt because you're an individual, I can't be held accountable for you taking my shit and not knowing what you're doing. So this is why practice is a part of the game, because tell you how to put on makeup, you still got to go in the mirror and put it on every day. Otherwise, your shit gonna be looking all crazy, and then when you get in front of the guy you want, he gonna be like, "I don't want to do her." Then you go back to the girl, be like, "You told me to put on makeup." She's like, "Yeah, but I told you to put it on this way and practice putting it on." You know what I'm saying? And that's wrong with like microwavable YouTube clips, because it's like I don't even like shorts that much. I like long form content because it's like if you really want to learn, you're gonna really watch the whole thing. Like it was a time where I would just watch podcasts after podcasts about game. Like before I even start making videos, like I would just watch or listen to hours worth of shit that made me have to have an internal understanding of what I'm doing. Just like any other skill. Like I'm not trying to um be like a two-face with this shit. Like I'm not trying to say this and then next week I'm saying something else. Which is gonna happen anyway, because you gotta learn yourself through this shit. But like, it shouldn't be so much of a hypocrisy. It shouldn't be that much of one, if that makes sense. As long as you don't got that problem, you good. You know what I'm saying? That's why people be like, bro, you saying the same thing over and over again. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You're not saying the same thing over and over again because you're a hypocrite. Let me see. She should have replied to my message. I messaged her back Wednesday night. It's already Saturday afternoon. This shit is bonkers. Bro, you don't listen, Prince. Like, you can hear me talking and you just say whatever you're going to say anyway. Uh, you know, you can't blame women for nothing at all because women like guys who know what they're doing. So you can't blame somebody if you don't know what you're doing. That's like if I try to drive a car and crash the car and blame everybody in the car. How I'm gonna blame the woman if she's the cause to the effect? I'm the effect. She's the cause. I mean, I'm the cause. She's the effect. If she don't get on a date and she don't text you back, go outside and talk to some women. How did you know if you go outside and talk to women? How are you missing? How can you miss something that you still like? If you, how can I explain that? I don't even know how I'm say that shit. I ain't never thought about a chick that rejected me or didn't text me back while I was out there talking to women. Women are highly forgettable, especially if y'all didn't build anything. She never said she liked you. She never told you you were the man of her dream. She never invested anything. All she did was write you a message in response to your message. You gonna learn though, bro. You gonna learn. You're gonna learn. I don't take disrespect from people lightly. I don't think she's feeling you, Princess. Sugar said White Castle. What does that even mean? MT, what's good? Compassion, you feel me? She should be feeling me though. This shit is weird. I hate this shit and I'm pissed off. What's good, Rich? How you been, bro? Not all women are the same. Some of us like nice guys. The Chris, some of y'all like nice guys. Some guys come at me and they outright say disrespectful stuff. You should see what happens on Tinder. Nah, I can imagine. I already know it's a lot of guys out here who don't get women. And because they don't get women, that creates like a smorgasbord of emotions, just like a woman. And then they just shit. I don't have one time where I got harshly rejected, and I felt some type of way on the streets. But you just can't really carry that with you and continue to act like a bitch. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what you're doing ultimately at the end of the day. We all got emotions, but you just gotta conceal your shit. Um, would love to though. That probably means he just misses you or is just clingy, right? I went on dates with a very Christian guy. We had sex and it was so bad. Turned out he was a virgin. I feel kind of bad, but I feel like he needed someone who was newer too, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you could have showed him a couple of things if you really wanted to, but bro, I'm meant to link this girl and she's out right now, but she'll hit me up when she's home and it's been like an hour and 30 minutes since she said that. Should I chase her up? What do you mean by should you chase her up? What does that even mean? Bro, no. An hour and leave her alone. Y'all guys gotta start studying the game and putting more importance on the message you're sending instead of sending some bullshit and then waiting for her to respond. Because guys are not paying attention to how frequently you might be saying bullshit to women. Like before you send a message, ask yourself, is this message trash or not? And why not? What like when a woman reads my message, what might she interpret from the message? This is the harder part of the game. This is the harder part of mouthpiece because mouthpiece means that you are always saying appropriate stuff. Everything you saying um is very appropriate to the situation. Like it's not thirsty, it's not needy, it's not abusive, it's not cowardly, it's not passive, it's not hopeful, it's not rigid, it's not weird, it's not manipulative. It's just some game. That's what your messages should be like. You know what I'm saying? It should have, and it goes back to the title of the video. Are you in control with women or control? It's not even what you say all the time. Sometimes it's how you feeling while you texting that shit. If you're in a calm, cool, collected state, and you don't feel like you could lose anything, and then you send and conjure up a message and send it, it's gonna have more game to it than if you feel like this the only girl that I'm talking to right now. I don't know if she's gonna text me back. I don't know this, that, and the third. I really want to see her. I really want her to come over. You're not even thinking about how that might make her feel because men are highly inconsiderate when they're trying to learn the game. They're highly unprofessional about, you know what I'm saying? It's just like becoming a massage therapist. It's all about the client. It's not about you at all. But guys will send a message based on how they feel instead of thinking about like, let me see how she feel. You see what I'm saying? How am I gonna make her feel? That's game. So yeah, man, I'm big on texting. DTM. I'm big on texting. Texting is some game in that because 85% of battles are lost in the text message territory. What's good, Bent? How you feeling today? Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. All three of y'all that's in here, make sure I hit the subscribe button and drop a one in the chat if you subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate every single one of y'all. Shout out to Bent. Where you from, Bent? But yeah, man, trying to tell y'all, bro, like a lot of guys are just rushing learning game. They're trying to rush and learn. And there's no rushing game. And there's no rushing learning any craft. What part of America? It's 50 states. At least tell me the tri-state area. I don't need to know exactly where you live. But yeah, you know, guys are just inconsiderate. And I think that game, the reason why some guys got it and some guys don't, oh PA, okay, for sure, for sure. Shout out to PA. That ain't too far from where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I might pull up out there and get some PA chicks. I ain't gonna lie, that's tri-state area actually. So when I'm on Facebook dating, sometimes they send me some females from PA. So, but yeah, man, like guys are just highly inconsiderate creatures. And sometimes it's hard for us to realize how inconsiderate we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the realest shit I probably ever said on this channel. But it's almost like impossible for guys to see that we're the problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that's something we even consider sometimes. But when you consider that, shit start to make more sense. Like, why am I even about to send this message? Like, let me take this whole message, put it in my notes, and psychoanalyze this message for the next hour or 30 minutes. It don't even probably take that long, but you just look at the message and break it down. Like, what might this make her feel like? And crazy because sometimes ain't nothing wrong with what you're saying. But you still need to think about, is there something wrong with what you're saying? Because sometimes I'm about to send something to a chick and I'm thinking to myself, this shit might be the wrong thing. But then when you really analyze it and send it and she responds, see, you know what, another thing? What we deem a good message is, did we get a response or not? That's how bad guys are with women. They're like, if she responds, it must have been a good message. Because if it was a bad message, she wouldn't even have responded, which is true to a degree, right? To a degree. Like if it's that bad of a message, she not even gonna respond. You know, you dig what I'm saying? So, Krista, why you laughing? You know I'm right. That's why. She know I'm right. If it's some bullshit, she's not even gonna respond. But if it's at least a 5 out of 10, then she's gonna say something. But if it's a 10 out of 10, she gotta say something. That's the difference. She got to. Guys think that attraction is a choice. Like women are choosing to ignore me. Women are being disrespectful. They're not doing shit. but being what God made them. They being what God made them and what society tried to make them into. But in reality, they still are the same creature from from BC times, from prehistoric times. But see, this is why guys are lost. They're trying to figure out how to get some game, but they're not psychoanalyzing what they're saying to the woman. He's wrong though, but he's got nice eyes though. Who, me? I'm wrong. Who got nice eyes? You're not the first girl on YouTube that told me I got nice eyes, and I don't see it. I don't see it. My eyes is a little slanted, a little bit, just a little bit. What's up, bro? I'm watching from Puerto. Shout out to Puerto Rico, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. We need some Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying, some Puerto Rico affiliates in here, man. Well, we can identify beauty better than men. What do you mean by that? I beg to differ. I see a whole lot of beauty on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. I don't know if you can identify beauty better than me. I created a term called the gut butt. I don't know if y'all seen that video, that live stream. But now it's even worse because now I can see a woman. Like most women are beautiful. Like a lot of y'all are beautiful. But once I look at that gut, once I look at that gut, it takes you down a couple points because I know you eat hot wings. 90 to 99% of American women eat hot wings. Matter of fact, I be feeling grimy when I make that the standard because I'm like, bro, that's not even fair. But it is fair. It is fair. Because y'all that controls a lot of things. It controls her diet, controls everything. Hold on, let me see. My Tinder is flooded with guys, and you'd be shocked at how men come at women online. Zero skills how to talk. Nah, listen, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I don't really know how to talk to y'all sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't know why it's difficult, but I think it's more so like, especially if you're somewhat of a handsome guy, it's like women never require you to talk that much. You know what I'm saying? So so it's like y'all don't really require a guy, especially in our developmental stages of life, like high school, middle school. Uh, but I think when you hit like 20 to 30 years old, if you can't talk, then it's gonna be an issue, which is why I make the type of content I make because I see that there's a big gap, like you said, between guys that can and guys that can't. You know what I'm saying? And it usually boils down to how much they talking to women, how frequently, how often they're talking to women. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some big issue. It's just if you the more you do it, the more you can do it. And I really compare it to any other craft. I really compare it to like fixing cars and shit like that. It's a lot of technical issues that guys just can't see. Like when do I shut the fuck up and let her talk? Like that's one right there. That's a technical issue. When do I shut the fuck up and let her be in her feminine? And I just sit here and validate or assure or whatever the case. And that's a part of having a mouthpiece right there that don't um it don't make logical sense. It make emotional sense. That's why I say the game is about feelings because A lot of people say the game is about logic or something like that. And sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? And every woman is different. Some women are more logical and some women are more emotional. Some women are more feminine, some women are more masculine. Some women were raised by mom or grandmom or auntie or big sis. Some women were raised by dad. So it's not when we talk about talking, it's really no way to know. That's what I'm trying to tell Prince right now. There's no way to figure women out. And in fact, when you're detached is when they want you. And when you're attached is when they're gonna ghost you. So I'm just trying to give niggas some principles so that they get better with this shit. Like I said, man, it's 5:30. I could went outside today. I just ain't doing it yet. I just ain't really um get out there today. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if I'm going to be honest. I try to get outside every day in the summer, but sometimes depending on the situation, I might not even do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I try to leave the crib at least once a day, one time a day. I use my scooter so I don't have to do all this walking, and but I don't like going outside every day because for this one reason, like it's too many stores out here, and you'll end up spending some money you really don't got. You end up eating some food you really shouldn't be eating. So yeah, it could get crazy. It could get crazy, man. It could get crazy. I gotta turn this seashell into a necklace. Uh, I had this since last year. I got from the beach, and I'm gonna drill a hole at the top of this right here, and put this joint right here. But I gotta buy a drill, y'all. I gotta buy a drill. Yo, Mooch, what's good, bro? Man, we've been live for 2 hours. We just been chopping it up about how trying to control women is always gonna fuck everything up. And yeah, man, like yo Mooch, can you put the title of the video in the thing so I could pin it? Cause I kind of forgot the exact title of the video, but that's important because I want to touch on some of those, you know, the topic before we get out of here. And probably we probably gonna get out of here in a little while. But y'all always try to bring new perspectives to y'all because that's what game is. It's about your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just perspective. Like it's perspective and experience. That's what it is. You cannot control women. You cannot control the weather. It's certain things in life that's uncontrollable. You can't control time. These are elements you cannot control. You try to control time, you wouldn't even try. You might try to manage your time. You can manage a woman, but a lot of guys have a hard time deciphering is she highly interested, medium interest, or low interest. But none of that matters when you raise your level of game. Because if she started off at low interest, she's just going to become high interest anyway. You know what I'm saying? What's good, man? Who in here? There's two people in here. I got some questions for y'all too, man. I was gonna ask y'all, would y'all rather have a chick that's a 10 that y'all don't feel comfortable around? Or would y'all rather have a chick that's a 5 or a 6 that y'all feel extremely comfortable around? And why? When I think about the word comfort, it really can be a confusing word, and a lot of people say comfort kills, but like comfort could really be confusing because it's like what really what really makes a person comfortable like around another person. You know what I'm saying? What is comfort? What is that? We know what discomfort is because once you feel it, it's kind of the same thing though. Like once you feel discomfort, you feel it, and it's an unmistakable feeling. But when you feel comfort, and this is one thing I think about a lot of people, when you feel comfort, it's kind of the same. It's like I'm comfortable, therefore I experience comfort or I know I'm comfortable. And most people, when we talk about game, they try to build comfort with a woman, which isn't a bad thing. But they gotta define what comfort is to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because if you struggle being comfortable around women, you gotta define comfort for yourself. Because a big part of game is comfort, not only for her but for us. The reason why a lot of guys can't get these model-looking women you see outside is it's comfort issues. It's not really attraction issues. And it's, I mean, maybe a little, yeah, it's a little attraction on our part because guys don't know what to say. But even if they knew what to say, the woman would say, okay, he knows what to say. That makes me feel a little more comfortable. But that doesn't mean I'm comfortable. Whereas though I want to go to his house or I want to go to a movie with him or something like that. And a lot of people try to chalk comfort up to spending more time with the woman to get that comfort. Um, when you play the game of chess, a good gambit requires a sacrifice on our side to create a a better positioning or a situation where our opponent is going to, make a bad mistake or whatever the case may be. In terms of, if you was to apply that to the dating game, the sacrifice would be your comfort as a man. What's good, Charm? How you feeling today? Shout out to Charm. You know what I'm saying? So the sacrifice on the board, though, when it comes to talking to women, would be our comfort levels. So in the same voice I just said, in the same voice, that's what's up. In the same voice, shout out to you. In the same voice, I just said we have to sacrifice our comfort, but I also said we want to build comfort. You remember me saying earlier in the conversation, two things could be true at the same time. This is why most guys struggle, because our minds are so singular. We have a singular way of thinking about everything. If I'm trying to build comfort, shouldn't I be comfortable or not? I'll give you an example. I always talk about Job Corp, so I'm going to stick with the main themes that I bring up on this channel. Before I went to Job Corps, I was highly uncomfortable. I mean, even some of the chicks I approached yesterday, like the Dominican chick that just popped up on my screen. I approached her yesterday at the beach. She's older than me. I was a little bit uncomfortable. Discomfort is the sacrifice on the chessboard that you have to take in order to create better positioning so that your opponent can interact, I guess the word would be interact with that comfort that you build. Our discomfort is actually what brings comfort. It's just like when people go to war and they go through years of discomfort so that there could be years of comfort. It don't make any logical, oh, it do kind of make logical sense, but it don't really make sense to somebody who is not operating in that way, if that makes sense. Like it don't make no sense. It's just like planting seeds. You don't feel me, bro? It's like planting seeds. Like you don't feel comfortable when you putting the seed in the ground and you sitting there or you waiting for seasons going by. It's not until later on you're like, oh, I'm so glad that I didn't give up on this garden. I hear I'm trying to understand. What part didn't you understand? I'm comparing building comfort with women to playing chess and how the word gambit is you sacrificing something to set up a greater positioning for yourself so that woman or the relationship you're trying to build has more wiggle room for the two of y'all. And it's the same thing with chess. Like a gambit, let's say an opener gambit in pickup artist terminology, is like you go up to a woman or a group of her and her friends and you say, my bad, this shit bugging out. You walk up to her and a group of her friends and you say, excuse me, ladies, who cheats more, women or men? That's a pickup artist thing, right? Y'all probably heard in the pickup artist community. You sacrificed your own safety and or comfort going up to a group of people that could easily laugh at you and I get away from us, you bitch ass nigga, which never happens, but you know, in your head it might, right? You sacrificed your comfort and to create an environment that might not live on or survive. It might not thrive because those women might be bitches. They might just laugh you out of what they call the set. They might laugh you out of the set. Um, so you're sacrificing your comfort, which is you, by you running a gambit. You're putting something forward. You're putting that gambit forward. And you're giving those women the opportunity to play with along with you. Oh, well, obviously men cheat more. People don't understand that even in that little first move, you just made a like almost, I won't say dangerous, but almost dangerous type of thing you did right there. It's risky to some people out here that don't talk to anybody. They just go on Whole Foods and they just go to the salad bar, get their food, go to the checkout and go home. You walked up to the baddest gym baddie and her friend and said, excuse me, quick question. This or that. You know, you put forth what they call a gambit. You gave her a chance to I guess the word would be integrate or whatever. You gave her a chance to check you out in terms of like who you might be or what you like to talk about. Like you created some type of content. You see what I'm saying? So when people think about talking to women and they think about porn unconsciously, or they think about things that require very little risk. And that's why they don't talk to women when they go outside. I know when I go outside, based on how many women I approached, this is supposed to feel dangerous to a degree. It's like a nigga like Tony Hawk doing stunts. He's like, this is supposed to have a sense of danger to it. Whereas though everybody else is like, oh, it's just a kickflip. It's just a kickflip, nigga. You know, or some people look from a distance and say, wow, you know, he's going up that ramp. It's pretty difficult. It's pretty dangerous. You know, but to a 23-year-old, that should be your everyday lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? Like opening up a conversation with another 23-year-old, that's possibly the baddest bitch in your district. You know what I'm saying? Mooch, does this make any sense, bro? Because you said you said, you know, you said, I hear, I'm trying to understand. What don't you understand? Like the chicks I approached yesterday, it was always a risk. I didn't know if their boyfriend was around the corner. I didn't know if the chick was crazy. You feel me? I didn't know the chicks yet. I'm at the beach, like I'm outside. You know, anytime you leave your front door, there's some type of risk right there on the spot. And then when you're out there, you know, you got the nerve to try to get some pussy. You know what I'm saying? You got the nerve to not just watch porn and just stay in the comfort zone. Are you crazy? You know what's going on outside? You know, I'm joking, but it's like, you know, the word gambit is beautiful in that way of thinking, because it's like when that's why women like niggas with nuts, because they know instinctually through history it's dangerous to come fuck with me. Because they know that, even the women of today know that unconsciously, because they're like, why is these niggas so scared? Like they don't even probably understand. They're like, why the niggas I get so soft? Like, but if you really look at history and look at why, on a biological level, niggas might be acting like pussies, then it's like, oh, I kind of see how. You know what I'm saying? On a tribalistic or whatever type of way we want to view that. Which is why I believe your game has to be tight. Because if you walk up to a chick, why are you going to say something average? Right? Why would you do it to yourself? Because even if she give you a chance, she's only just giving you a chance. She's not actually finna fall in love with that bullshit. So you might as well come with something different and unique and something that's above the shoulders. You want to play the game above the shoulders. You don't want to telegraph sex like I'm trying to sleep with you at all. I used to say last year a lot to women, I'm trying to get to know you, but not even realizing how common that is that they hear that. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm just trying to get to, build. I'm trying to, you know, whatever way you put it, I'm trying to connect with you. I'm trying to, all of those things sound the same in her brain. So when a chick say, "What's your intentions?" Truth is, she's already thinking you a square. So instead of you even answering that honestly or straight up, you should probably use a frame control tactic to change the whole like how can I say? You want to like don't even answer that if that makes sense. Like you want to change the whole question. Or like the real question is, what's your intentions with me? You approach me, and then you say something else. But like I'm just saying, like a lot of women, the biggest mistake guys make is that they think just because she's a woman that she is a leader. That's the biggest mistake. Just because she's a woman, she's valid, or just because I approached her, that you actually like her or anything. It's easy to continue your first thought. Does that make sense? Like if you approached her, you're under the spell of, oh, since I approached her, that means that she's the type of woman I really would sleep with, which is not even true. And my gut butt theory proves it. I approached a bunch of chicks last year with the gut butt, but it wasn't until I realized how serious I was about this vegan shit that changed my whole scope of 80 to 90% of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, I ran into a chick yesterday. She was going into a bar. She was black. She had a fat ass. She wasn't bad looking. She looked like she could have been 25. But she's going into a bar. What is she going to do in that bar? It's none of my fucking business. But I guarantee she's going to get some hot wings. Maybe a tequila or something. All this shit that fucks up her gut on a week to week basis. But see me, I still fuck. Charm laughing. I still fuck. But that's the lower self. That's my lower self that would still fuck. Not my higher self. Shout out to Pimp and Ken. Think with your big head, not your little head. Know what I'm saying? And most of the women y'all chase would like you if you didn't chase them. That's what's fucking with me. Like I think since I started this channel, that's always been my main thing that hurt me. Like, cause I know how women act because I've always been chased. I already know that the same women y'all are going up and making yourself so present for would act totally different if they met you in a different way. Which means that you know they're not rejecting you because something wrong with you. They're rejecting you because just there might be something wrong with them. They might not be used to guys. Either they are used to it or they're not. But either way, it doesn't mean nothing. Nothing means nothing. Nothing means nothing. Because men and women aren't the same and we select totally different. And that's because biology says so. So when you try to get in a woman's head and try to figure out all the details about why she's making the decision she's making, that's kind of like weird. So it's like, you know, obviously you could be minding your business, doing construction work, and a woman thinking you're the hottest nigga on the planet. You see what I'm saying? So nothing means nothing. Nothing means nothing. You say, yo, why did she reject me, bro? Because nothing means nothing. Bro, why she ain't text me back, bro? Cause nothing means nothing. Bro, why she act like she liked me? Then I went for the kiss and then her whole energy changed. Cause nothing means nothing. Would you believe it if this guy who got all this ass told you that in order to get women, you just gotta be yourself? Of course you wouldn't believe that. Because nothing means nothing. He's not wrong. It's just that nothing means nothing. But if you see, our brains is a meaning making machine. It's always going to interpret something and turn it into something. You see what I'm saying? And that's why guys can't stop chasing because they say, oh, because her ass is fat, that means blank. They'll take anything and turn it into something. That's why I tell guys to journal, because when you journal, you actually cut off the part of you that be doing that. And you see everything for what it either is or what it ain't. And that's how you grow. You don't grow by making up meanings about stuff. Oh, this means that. We could add meaning to anything and then strip the meaning away. See what I'm saying? So it don't mean nothing. Oh, I go outside at 7 p.m. when it's getting dark out and I find one woman and approach her. That don't mean nothing. It could mean something, but it could not mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Drop a one if y'all still in the chat though. You know what I'm saying? We about to get out of here in a little while. You know what I'm saying? We gotta continue on with the legacy. Dropping these videos and you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to make everything mean something. Shout out to Charm. Charm, how old you is? You said you from where again? I forgot. I think you said out of the country. But yeah, I think when guys, oh yeah, 35. I think when guys stop making everything mean something, that's when they start giving you more of like more sustainable things in life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're too preoccupied up here. What part of America? I forgot what part. You don't got to tell me the exact state, but the tri state area. But yeah, man, we're going to always try to add meaning to something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this girl probably rejected me because this and that is that. Bruh, at the end of the day, stop reading in the shit. Oh, yeah, I'm right here in New York too. You know what I'm saying? I'm in New York too. You should follow me on the gram. You know what I'm saying? Link in the bio. Link in my bio on this channel. And I'm going to follow you back after I get off of here. You feel me? But yeah, our brains are meaning making machines. Our brains are meaning making machines. And when you learn game, it teaches you, okay, bet. Your brain, when you learn game, it teaches you that everything you think ain't always actually what is happening. And when you accept that everything you think ain't actually what's happening, that's when you take a different viewpoint about women and you take a different viewpoint about like everything, like how often should you approach them and if this is the best means of even what you're doing or whatever the case. Because walking up to strange women in the street all day is pretty fun and it's pretty addicting and it's a dopamine hit. But if you getting rejected by, say, every town has a certain amount of people in it, you know, like it's fun to approach and it's addicting, but at the same time, where's your mystique at when you're doing that every day? Like, you still want a certain amount of women to be like, I don't know this nigga. You still want a certain amount of women to be like, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm just giving my perspective. Like, I like to have a little mystique when I go downtown or to a party or something. I like to have a little bit of mysteriousness. You know what I'm saying? 50-50 at least, personally. But and then if you don't got no game, all women are talking about that. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about the fact that you're all sexy and shit. Oh, he approached me too, and he didn't even say much. He just asked for my number. Oh, you too, bitch? He said the same thing to you that he said to me. You ain't fucking him. And maybe at some point, but your game is ass. So let's address that. Let's address that, man. Let's address that because we always want to define women and tell them who they are and why they rejected something. But it's no point. No point. I don't know what the fuck a chick gonna do, and I don't want to know. I'll find it out when I run that fucking play. When I go up and say what I want to say. You see, I say when I walk up and say what I want to say, not walk up and say I'm trying to please her, and then I'm walk up and say if I think they pretty, maybe I'll say something that's adjacent to that. If I smell pizza, or which one of y'all eating pizza, maybe I'll say something like that. Why you laughing, Charm? Why you laughing? You know what I'm saying? Everything don't gotta make sense. And see, when you're a guy, your brain wants everything to make sense. You ain't never gonna have no game if everything gotta make sense. Because women act in a sporadic manner, in an unpredictable manner. So instead of saying everything has to make sequential sense, it'd be better to say, you know what? Just like a chess game, when you click on that, um, you click on puzzles, and it puts you in the middle of a game where there's no sequences. You just plop you in the middle of a game, and the pieces are all over the place. You have to find the next best move, and the computer is going to tell you how good of a move it was. Now my foot is against the fire, and I have to pick the next best move, not the first move, not the last move, the next best move. A lot of times it's 6 p.m. You go outside, talk to some random chicks. What's the right move? You probably could fuck her right in 10 minutes in the bathroom if you actually knew the right move. The best move, not even the right or wrong, but the best one, which implies that there's a a lineage of moves that you could have made, not just some what's your number or Instagram bullshit, but some actual dynamics of a person that got character. I'm just saying, I'm not telling y'all could do that. I'm just saying you never know what you can and can't do until you actually doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could really collect a bunch of Instagrams. Is what I'm trying to say. But collecting a bunch of Instagrams is like, it's fun, but it's not something that you should tell yourself, "Oh, I have game because I did that." Does that woman actually like you? Is she following your lead? What's the conversations like through the text message? That's where I think Prince is going wrong. Shout out to Prince. But he's not saying anything about, you're not talking to her for real. You're not even talking to her. You just, you know, But I'm about to end this video. Shout out to Charm. Shout out to my boy Moochie. Shout out to Prince. Shout out to Hash Brown with the 50 gifted. I really appreciate that. We're probably gonna go live later on today or tomorrow. I got a couple videos I didn't drop yet that I can drop. But yeah, man, I'm about to go chill for a little while and then figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Um, yeah, man. I don't know who in here, but I'm gonna see y'all a little later, man. See y'all later, man. Y'all ain't gonna say bye to the GL Dub. I see how it is. Oh, my back hurt, man. All right, man. I'm out. See y'all though. See y'all, man.